How do you? Is there?
It's pretty simple. I win. Google me.
Mendoza. Blocker. And it's a catch. Mendoza in trouble. It's out. Touchdown. Wow. A wonderful play. Unbelievable. Get alive with Jovi now. Did he get his foot down?
The ruling of the touchdown is under review.
Oh my goodness. Oh, no way. Oh my goodness. Was the left foot the first one to touch? Oh my goodness, it's a touchdown. Oh my gosh. He caught it! He caught it. Black turns it up. Nice cut. Black high stepping. Black out of bounds. Indiana toting the rock. Mendoza steps up down the field. Cut! Inside the 30. Charlie B. As well. Mendoza. Fade. Surratt. Corner! Touchdown! Indiana! Curt Cignetti does it in 2 years. The Indiana Hoosiers are champions of the Big Ten.
50-50 talent.
That's pretty good.
Black bursting free. Hoosiers punctuate an incredible performance. And we still got 14 minutes to go.
Just a matter of time until one of these backs hit that second level and accelerated through it.
Nothing like a pig roast. That was the week after they had beaten Oregon. So he's breaking free. Henry has turned to find the end zone. Alabama being humiliated.
Yeah,
Indiana
this is
team.
embarrassing.
Fourth down play. Mack, hit, and loses the ball as he's sacked for a third time. Boykin has had a couple of those sacks. Still no smile from the coach, but they get the stop.
I think for this program, the fans, they beat Ohio State in Indy. They just
He smiled.
He
smiled. I'm sorry to interrupt.
We got to rewind that. They beat Ohio State in Indy for a Big Ten championship, which is huge for them. They show up at the Rose Bowl.
Alabama here in Pasadena and head to the semifinals, the Peach Bowl, for a chance to play in the national championship game.
I remember a lot of games in my life, whether it's baseball, football, basketball, games I've done, games I've watched. Those games don't really stand out to me. Now, if you ask me about what we just witnessed against Alabama in 20 years, it's going to be a different story. I'm going to remember all of it. It's just everything has been heightened, and it's been heightened with Cignetti. It's been heightened with Mendoza. It's been heightened with our guy winning a Heisman Trophy. It's like it just keeps coming, and it's like, how long is this going to last? Then you start looking at the transfer portal, and you start looking at the players that they have coming in now.
Yeah.
And it's never been like this, where they're getting all of these recruits and people wanting to come to Indiana to play football there. we've been wanting this for so long, and now it's finally here. It's almost surreal.
A standing room only crowd of more than 71,000, most of them clad in cream and crimson, filing into Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta for tonight's college football semifinal. An all Big Ten affair, the number 5 seed, the Oregon Ducks taking on the top-seeded Indiana Hoosiers. De'Aaron Hill Jr. is the running back. The quick pass is intercepted. It's going to be run in for an Indiana touchdown. D'Angelo Pons on the first play of the game. Against top 5 teams, Ohio State and Notre Dame both last year. Northwestern, by the way, is now the losing team, and they block a punt for good measure. Daniel Ndukwe, what a night he's had.
It's amazing. Completely relentless. And when you put those 4s up in the air in the fourth quarter, it's a reminder that you still have 15 minutes to go, and you do not let up.
Mendoza fires, back line of the end zone, touchdown. Elijah Surratt. So they win the most recent biggest game in school history. They've had 2 dominant wins in this playoff. 38-3 over one of the great programs of all time, Alabama. Sig face in the crowd. And now 56-22 over the Oregon Ducks.
(1894), Kirk, the last time a team went 16-0. The Hoosiers have a chance to have one of the great seasons we've ever seen. Cignetti, all business as you'd expect. Here come the Canes. Looking for a 6th national championship under a 5th different head coach. But these players basically weren't alive the last time Miami won one, 2001. Here we go. The championship matchup very few could have foreseen. The Hoosiers trying to get to 16-0. The Canes trying to win a 6th national championship. Brendan Frankie, who's been injured, returns. He's got a huge leg. This is unlikely to be returned by Keelan Marion. Frankie would attempt any long-distance field goals that Cignetti elects to try tonight. Well, check that. He boots it to the 1-yard line and a chance for a return. And Marion breaks through 1 tackle, and he'll be stopped at about the 27-yard line. Tries to use his film study, and Fletcher gets the first handoff, and Fletcher off the left side barrels forward, picks up about 9. That's what the Canes have been doing to opponents in the CFP. Tony's in the backfield and slips out. He's got the football, but not enough for a first down. They blocked 7 punts in the 2 years that Cignetti has been there. 3 of them this year, including 1 against Oregon. Dylan Joyce gets it away. Jonathan Brady retreats and makes a fair catch, but inside the 5-yard line. Roman Hemby is the back, lined up to Mendoza's right in the end zone. They fake it to him, pitch to the edge, and the catch is made by Omar Cooper Jr., who slips a tackle and is going to be shoved out of bounds. First down. He worked for Cignetti at James Madison, Heatherman did. Mendoza checks it down. This is Hemby, shoved out aggressively and immediately. Didn't have a lot of sacks against Chambliss, but they did provide just enough pressure. Mitch McCarthy to punt it. Malachi Tony on the receiving end of a line drive punt. Driven back, has it at the 32. Tony just needs a little space. A flag comes in on the return. Keelan Marion comes in motion. Beck has plenty of time again. Across the middle into traffic. It's broken up. Stepping in to get a hand on it was Lewis Moore, the 6th-year senior, and a 3-and-out for Miami. Have to game plan for him. See what the Hoosiers do to adjust. Quick throw across the middle. Catch made. And running after it is Cooper. Cooper breaking tackles out across the 45 yards after the catch.
Slow developing RPO. He's reading Torre right here. You make the decision. Is he coming up? Is he staying down? He sees movement up, so that gives him the quick glance route right there. Get the ball out, give him a chance to protect himself, gets off of that would-be tackle.
Trouble spot tonight for the Canes with shorthanded and already a couple missed tackles by that secondary. This is Halon Black. There's a pitch to the edge. That's Surratt with a stiff arm there on Ethan O'Connor, and he's going to have first down yardage. 2nd and 7, pocket closing in, but Mendoza stands and delivers. It's another first down strike for the Hoosiers inside the 35. Empty backfield first time tonight. 5 receivers for Mendoza. Pressure off the edge. He got hammered on the blind side. The pass is incomplete. That was Torre on the blitz. Maybe keep it back in the backfield if you're Indiana tonight.
And he's able to sneak out. Blind side. Never really felt that. Good job. A big part of this tonight with Mendoza.
Fit that play. On 3rd down, trying to run for it with Black. And Black bursts for a first down as the Hoosiers are in the red zone after a 7-yard 3rd down run. Feed it to him again. Stutter step. Knocked down after a short gain by Keontae Scott to find safety for the Hurricanes.
Chin strap in the face mask. Watch 8 after carrying out the fake. Instead of laying off, boom, hits him. Again, when they get their chances, they want to lay the wood. And you see right there, they're sending a message early in this game.
Yeah, he came in with, the first view, I didn't see that part of it. I thought it was just a late hit. But this one here, he came in crown of the helmet right into his head.
They cannot afford that, Kirk. Already, Xavier Lubis sitting out the first half, the safety for targeting. They bring it. Pitch to the end zone, and fought for it, incomplete. Well defended. That was O.J. Frederic on Charlie Becker, who's their nice breakup.
Yeah, it's a matchup we want to see with Xavier Lucas out of the game. Frederic is not surprised at all with the ability to get his head turned around and get in position, and they will allow the corner to get handsy if his head is locating the football.
So Niko Radicic, almost automatic from 34 yards. Indiana, the quarterback bleeding a little bit, draws first blood in this game. The Hoosiers, 12-play drive on top, late first quarter here at Hard Rock Stadium.
No doubt about that, and I'm with Bill. I'm surprised we didn't see a flag come down, but I think carrying out the fake, quarterback is in play. Maybe they held the flag because of that.
Gillen Marion, the kickoff return out across the 25. Beck looking to throw on first down. Loops it, and it's tipped and incomplete. Hoosiers do such a good job of getting hands on passes. That was Roe Hardy. Beck zips it far sideline again. Pass broken up by D'Angelo Pons. Closely covering C.J. Daniels. You see why this guy is conceding nothing. 3rd and long. Pressure comes. Beck's going to be racked up and sacked by Aiden Fisher, the captain and emotional leader of this Indiana defense. And the Hoosiers are flexing.
Just going to come right up the middle. Able to get pressure. Fletcher, who's...
You're right. They count on Fletcher. Not his best effort there. And the Canes' 2nd consecutive 3-and-out. Little pressure on Dylan Joyce, the punter. And it's off the side of his foot, but takes a good bounce for Miami. And will finally be down at the Indiana 27-yard line. Hemby running loud. He'll be dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. Ruben Bain, not just a pass rusher. He's a beast defending the run on the edge. They got a speed rush package in here. Bain, Mesidor, Lightfoot, and Blunt. And it's a screen. Long way to go for Hemby, who's going to be knocked down. So the pass rush and the play by Bain on the first down run. And the Canes get a stop. Murphy rolls and boots it. And Tony has a chance here. And he slips as he tries to make a cut. Did he go down? Tony's still running. Incredible balance. If he did stay out there, it looked like he was going to head to the ground as he slipped, making a cut on the turf.
Miraculous effort. He slid. There
Nope.
he's down.
He's down.
There he's down.
I was going to say, wait a minute. I know he's agile. I know he's got tremendous balance, but that would have been amazing.
A lot of that offense was attacking, and not that he doesn't have that ability, but they much prefer to run the ball.
When he used a little tempo, he said tonight. This is a pitch to Daniels, and the veteran, former LSU player, tackled quickly by Lewis Moore. Miami 0 for so far on third down, Kirk.
There's that quick huddle you're talking about.
Marty Brown tests the middle and is pushed right back. Gets nothing into the teeth of the Hoosiers. In Miami, if they can't succeed on plays like that, it's going to be a long night. So good at setting the tone in these first halves of the game, how dominant they are. They put the offense in great position, and they've done so again here. Think about that. Right. That's how locked in on how accurate he's been. Surratt, again, easy access. Canes playing off him, and number 13 makes him pay. First down yardage in front of Frederic. He's the lone holdover from last year's secondary. That was a disaster for the Canes. Frederic was a freshman All-American, though. Catch made, and still kind of pinballing around there is Nowakowski. Tough dude. Hard to tackle that tight end. They finally do. Black is the back on third down, and Indiana no trouble picking up what Miami could not a few minutes ago out to the 39.
Eventually you're going to see them take shots.
Pitch, and it's incomplete. Flag comes in. Once again, it was Frederic on Surratt. It's right in front of Cignetti.
Pass interference, number 29. Defense, stop foul, automatic, first down.
Bill, quickly, the difference between that and the previous ones where he's been pretty handsy on some of the other covers as well.
He's got a restriction there that's preventing the receiver from getting turned to the ball.
Got it.
Cristobal doesn't like it. Cignetti, by the way, has been working the officials in every single timeout. So, Indiana in Miami territory and unable to escape. Ahmad Moten, Hemby that time, hit immediately. Package in the game. Mendoza running out of time, and it's too high.
He had a free play because of Ruben Bain jumping.
Cooper comes in motion, handoff up the middle, and barreling for a first down and more is Kaelon Black. Catching the Canes off guard, rumbles for 21. It's been Black, who now hits 1,000 yards with that run at the hot hand. Again, huge cushion, and Becker makes the catch, fights down near the pylon, touchdown Indiana!
Kind of gives up on the play. Does he stay in bounds? Nope, he's out of bounds right there.
Black spun down at the 1. Black, once again, lined up behind Nowakowski. They hand it off to the fullback / tight end, and he powers in. Touchdown, Indiana. A dominant start here for the number 1 team. Fletcher on 2nd and 5. Tripped off. Looked like he had a gap there. And reaching out to grab him was Isaiah Jones, I believe. Miami still yet to convert on third down. They need 1. Fletcher, nothing. They're getting no movement. You can see the body language from Beck. He's getting frustrated. His powerful offensive line is getting outplayed. Kamara and Tucker on the stop. I mean, his defense made the stop. Fletcher, left side, pushing, working hard. Let's see where they spot it. They're running in near the marker. This is going to be very close. Hoosiers believe they came up with a stop.
That's what it took to be able to pick up their second first down of the game. 8 offensive linemen, if you include the guys they brought in at fullback and tight end. 8 offensive linemen, and you can see the football.
I knew we'd see that.
He got it by, just a couple inches.
Replay did look like the ball had gotten that mark by the time he hit the ground. First down throw, and wide open is C.J. Daniels. Finally, an explosive play with a pass game for Miami. Here's a 3rd and 8. Miami really not in solid field goal range. Quick pitch. Keelan Marion makes the catch. He's spun down short of the marker. Davis, who kicked a game-winning field goal here against Notre Dame in the opener. That was from 47. This is from 50. And it doinks off the right upright. That's the second time he's doinked one in the CFP.
And then Miami, their first opportunity to try to come away with points, they miss it.
What is it with goalposts all of a sudden? He's playing it like it's a Hail Mary. They're way off those receivers, and that's what Mendoza's thinking as he steps back and launches into heavy traffic near the pylon, and it's going to be incomplete. Into the play here. Becker working with Jacoby Thomas, who does make the grab but well out of bounds. Miami had 26 yards total offense until that last drive, coming up empty when Davis hit the field goal off the right upright.
And said, I don't recognize you. You're missing tackles, making unacceptable mistakes. I need you guys to be detailed, disciplined.
Mendoza looking to throw on 2nd and 10. He'll be sacked. Dropped by Akeem Mesidor. The other elite pass rusher defensive end gets home. Yeah, that was not 2.1 seconds. That was longer that he held the ball. Now they're just going to try to run for it on 3rd and long. And Black, did he get a face mask?
Sure looked like it. Series of the second half. It's about to be a 3-and-out after that sack. Indiana's just going to run to just kind of basically concede the series. And instead, a hustle play by Blunt just gets his left hand up into.
Mendoza needs 9 here. Has time, now running out of it as Bain chases him down and makes the sack. 2 sacks on the possession, and Miami survives the personal foul and gets off the field. 8-yard loss there. Boy, Curt, when that draft unfolds in Vegas, I mean, how many names did go off the board before Ruben Bain? That's what I want to know.
I'm with you.
I know you need quarterbacks often, but you need pass rushers too. This is Tony. Malachi Tony. Long kick gave him a chance to get momentum before the coverage team arrived. They'll give Tony a 5-yard gain anytime. Great job corralling number 10, not letting him get loose. Fletcher breaks free. Mark Fletcher in the foot race. Miami touchdown. And just like that, Miami's bell cow back changes around this championship game.
Watch 87. You're going to get a great block here, but 87, Bauman does a nice job of sustaining his block. Look at 7 as well. C.J. Daniels. These receivers from Miami do a heck of a job of blocking and allowing an 8 or 10-yard gain to go for 15, 20 or more. Just keeps that corner sharp outside, and then Fletcher does such a good job of getting downhill. So 20 yards rushing in the entire first half.
Beautiful stuff, Molly. Indiana back to work. Hembe breaking tackles, still running. And out across the 40. So he's not in there to anchor the middle of this D-line on 3rd and 3. Mendoza looks to throw, gets it out, and it's bobbled and incomplete. Surratt had his hands on it, normally very reliable. Dropped the ball, 3 at their 47, and here comes the punt team.
Yeah, really good job of seeing it with Mendoza on 3rd down. Keontae Scott brought the blitz on his left side, right over top of Surratt. He saw it. Surratt does the right thing, is sitting down, right, give him a big target, just never quite able to hold on to the ball.
And Miami does get another stop. McCarthy, high boot. Tony steps up and makes the fair catch at the 11-yard line. Across the middle, Daniels can't come up with it.
Daniels going up against Sharp. It's a bang-bang play. Bill gave us the clean, like it's okay. But on the field with the officials, that's a good play by the DB.
Dylan Joyce in his end zone. It's a line drive point away that Brady's going to watch bounce out of bounds. Not a great one. Miami doesn't bring extra pressure this time, and the ball is out. Surratt tried to make one of those back shoulder catches right in front of the Indiana bench.
I didn't want to repeat that, but yes.
Tony back. He'll catch the ball at the 5. Risky move. Spun down after a 2-yard return. Some tempo from the Hurricanes. Empty backfield on 2nd down. Beck looks left. Ooh, dangerous throw.
Playing out in space like a nickel. He blitzes the quarterback a lot.
Team's receivers concede very little. Pressure for Beck up the middle. Gets it out. Tony's got the ball, but not enough. Wrestled down immediately by Lewis Moore. They continue to feed Tony, but nowhere to run after the catch once again. So Dylan Joyce back on. Blocked in the end of blocks the punt and falls on it for a touchdown. Isaiah Jones on the recovery.
There's so much pressure to make plays. Comes around that right side. Miami has, they got personal protectors there. 87, Bauman just kind of lets him go by. Look at 87, he's right there. Just lets him go by. I don't even think they're in an all-out effort to go get this. I just think he worked around the corner, realized he was in there, got his left hand in there to be able to knock it down. Jones jumps on top of it for the touchdown.
Again, mom played tennis at Miami. Dad won a national championship in Miami in his freshman year in crew. But mom fell out of love with the Miami program when they didn't recruit her son.
He missed Malachi Tony. If he would have just looked into the middle of that defense, he had him open.
Fletcher around the right end, breaks free. Fletcher still stepping out of tackles. Picks up another chunk of yards out across the 35. He has a breather as Marty Brown comes in. They fake the pitch to him, and back pitches downfield, and it's incomplete. Broken up beautifully by D'Angelo Pons. Miami had been on a roll on third downs in the last couple of games, but not tonight. 0 for 8 as Beck tries to scramble and create on the move. Steps back, still trying to buy time. Right downfield, Daniels works free. C.J. Daniels waited for his quarterback to finally spot him. Tony comes in motion. They pitch it to him. He has a block. Malachi Tony takes off and races down to the 12-yard line. Got a block from Keelan Marion. Fletcher breaks free. Fletcher, tough to tackle. Just falls forward. He's just short of the marker at about the 3. 7 offensive linemen in there. 7 O-linemen and a tight end. Fletcher walks in. Miami touchdown. What a response. Second down run again. Black bursting free. Just running through arm tackles. First down across the 40. Black, 24 years old. Hemby's 23. Representative of the way Indiana has built this team with very experienced, well-traveled players. A dangerous throw on the edge. Ethan O'Connor almost jumped the route in front of Cooper.
Access, let's take it. It's an alert. Look at the reaction, how quickly 24 drove down on that football. Almost as if he's baiting him. If I go off, he's going to think he's open.
There it is to the edge. Cooper has some blockers. Over Cooper with his quick burst. Good help on the edge from his teammates, and the gain is 19. Mendoza delivers downfield. Cooper didn't see the football. Covered by O'Connor. Hoosier fans wanted a flag.
Oh, they should have gotten it.
It's something of a gamble. A lot of coaches would punt Miami deep. Mendoza, ball in his hands. Sideline pitch. Becker comes back to make a catch.
They do it all the time. Surratt usually makes these plays. Becker's showing you he's got the ability as well against O'Connor. Timing, the ball was in the air. He comes back perfectly. Look at those hands by Becker.
Huge. Double digits again. Mendoza across the middle. Too high. Trying to find E.J. Williams. It was O'Connor in coverage. And Miami will apparently force a field goal attempt here. Miami had to get the field goal block team off to get some pass rushers back on there. Here we go. Got to get to the 8. He's going to take off and run. Mendoza weaves his way first and goal. Diving toward the end zone. Touchdown! That's why he won the Heisman Trophy.
What a call by Curt Cignetti and the offensive coordinator, Mike Shanahan. Quarterback draw. He definitely breaks the plane, holds on to the football for a touchdown. What an individual effort, as you said, Chris, by the Heisman Trophy winner.
Very, very few design runs had not been a part of the plan. Cignetti.
Real follows his blockers. Drew Evans leads his way in there. He also gets behind Kalon Black, but really it was about what Mendoza was determined to do.
Landing here. 2nd and 10. Beck backpedals, launches downfield. That's Marion again. And comes back and tried to make a catch there. Ruled incomplete. Pons covered him. Weird play because he didn't spot the ball until just the last second.
Watch him backhand that, and then the ball gets loose. It looked at first when he went up that he somehow came down with it right there, and then it came out.
Beck has time against the late rush, and he delivers a strike.
Sat right behind the linebackers. He put it right over top of them.
Beck again delivers across the middle. It's Tony. Malachi Tony splitting defenders and weaving his way deep into Hoosier territory. And just like that, with 2 plays, essentially come away with points on this drive.
Tony in the backfield there.
He's got it on the pitch. Tony breaks free. Malachi Tony spinning, scoring! Is there a more exciting player in this sport? Just throwing punches and taking punches from each other. Malachi Tony makes it a 3-point game again. 6:37 left. Cooper comes across in motion, now goes back. Mendoza rolls that way. Pitches it short. Nice play design. Cooper just enough to confuse the defense. They convert on 3rd down.
Big matchup right here.
Some confusion. Need 2 in the play clock. Mendoza pitches downfield. Becker makes a catch again in front of O'Connor. Nobody stopped that all year consistently. Clock ticking at 2:21. Another 1st down run for Hemby. He's got the edge. Stiff arm. Scoots out of bounds. That's right near the marker.
Tackle. Watch him kind of nonchalant. Now he goes for the safety. Huge collision. And forced the corner to have to make that tackle. Great job right there by Omar Cooper. Jacoby Thomas, he didn't know what hit him.
Field goal attempts. Depending on how much time left, we give Miami hope. Hemby is the back. Hemby bursting free, bangs forward for 10. They'll spot him just short of the marker. 1st down, you're right, that is crucial now. Whistle.
Yeah, they had movement. I think he had movement on the left side by Indiana's offensive line.
Black, nothing. He's stopped immediately. That was Wesley Bassint and Mo Toure. Those 2 linebackers stepped up. Final timeout taken. Field goal attempt coming up. Field goal knocked right through. So Indiana took 4:50 off the clock. Moved it 11 plays and added 3 to the lead. But Miami and Carson Beck are going to have a chance. The kind of drive he was able to produce against Ole Miss in the Fiesta Bowl. Facing serious crowd noise in their home stadium. Clock was down at 0.
They got it. Delay.
How about these Hoosier fans traveling to Miami, just like they did in a neutral field in Atlanta, and making this feel like a road game for Miami.
5-yard penalty, so 1st down.
4-man rush, Beck, pressured, flips it underhanded. They're trying to find it to Bauman, the tight end. Crowd loud again. Tony comes in motion, Beck looking the other way, and he threw it down the seam. C.J. Daniels did not have his head turned. Flags down as they hit Beck after the throw. Staggering.
Yeah, after he threw this football, he gets hit. Bill, what do you think of that one?
I support the roughing the passer call.
Okay. Well, Miami catches a break after it looked like would be an incompletion after the delay of game.
Beck's got to regroup from that big blow and deliver. Miami still 65 yards from the end zone. Underneath, Marty Brown's got it. Brown breaks a tackle. It's a 1st down. Beck again, nobody open. And fires. High ball, catch made. Beck, long pitch to the sideline. Catch made by Daniels. Spun down inbounds by Sharp. Again, no timeouts left. Clock stops momentarily as Mendoza can watch on one knee.
Yeah.
Brown is the back. Back, steps up, delivers downfield, intercepted! Jamari Sharp makes the pick that will clinch Indiana's first national championship.
How about Jamari Sharp, who's from Miami of Florida, went to Northwestern High School, takes advantage of an underthrown ball, had his eyes on it the whole way. So as he throws it, the safety's going to work over here to help out. Now it's a 2-on-1. The corner knows he has help so he can trail, doesn't feel the urgency to have to stay upfield with Marion. He knows the safety's coming over. Now he locates the football, staying in zone. Indiana's been doing this all year. That's why they're #1 in turnover margin. They play with zone.
He finds Mendoza. He brings a bunch of guys from JMU. He has a keen eye for talent. And a bunch of experienced veteran guys are going to come out of here with the school's first national title.
I think it's got to be one of the greatest stories we've ever seen in college football. One of the losingest teams in college football history at the start of the year to now the national champions.
A century of futility is forgotten. The Indiana Hoosiers are the kings of college football.
Tonight. Great job by our fans.
You said at the Rose Bowl that this would make a hell of a movie. Well, this is a great way to end it. So what do you want to say to these fans on the occasion of bringing Indiana its first national championship?
Best fans in America. I know what cheer you like the best. Did you ever think this was possible? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Who, John?
And the Hoosiers are national champions, and there's one more order of business.
It is my honor to present the 2026 college football national champions, Coach Curt Cignetti and the Indiana Hoosiers.
Chris? I think they want to sing their song, Chris. Give me a moment. Here we go.
If you thought the Indiana Hoosiers and their fans would be singing Queens, "We Are the Champions," of course, the anthem that so many teams have sung, I don't believe you. But here they are. And all things are possible.
There can be debate on whether Indiana had the best season in college football history, but there can be no debate. It is the greatest story in the history of the game. And what made it even more amazing is how people misunderstood what Curt Cignetti was doing in Bloomington. But let me assure you, nobody was more incorrect in understanding that process than me. Almost everything I said throughout the season about him and about Indiana was wrong, and it was an epic failure on my part. There was no question Indiana was the best team, and yes, the Big Ten is the best conference in the country. We congratulate Coach Cignetti, Indiana, and the Big Ten for an extraordinary run.